Yesterday, the people of Emurua Dikir came out in large numbers to vote in the parliamentary by-election. And in this video, I'll highlight for you the results, the anomalies. Then we'll also look into what the data means moving forward. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. So these are the results that came out of Emurua Dikir. David Kipsang Keter of UDA won by 18,151 votes. Vincent Kibet Rotich, 10,440. Gideon Koech, 178. Desma Chirono, 77. And Kiprono Rotich, 60. Now here's what you need to know from the results. Number one, despite DCP being less than 1 year old, it was able to scoop 47% of the total votes deep in Kalenjin territory. And if this data is anything to go by, the metrics show that if DCP produces a presidential candidate, that candidate will sweep at least 35% of all votes in Rift Valley. Kalenjin territory to be specific, and it won't be a fair trade-off. Because as Ruto bleeds 35% of his voter base, Mlima will be giving him nothing in return. I think he'll have to import Ugandans or Somalians to subsidize the tsunami that's waiting for him. And even then, it likely won't work. You shouldn't be giving out over 35% of your home territory in any election if you're looking to win. Second thing worth noting, Charles Keter of UDA won, and not because of UDA party. He won because of his personal brand. I mean, it's not widely known, but David Keter vied in 2017 and 2022, losing both times to one man, Joanna Ngeno. God took Joanna Ngeno, and so whoever was going to pick this guy as their candidate, they were always going to have the victory. Just look at this data. In the 2017 general election, Joanna Ngeno won by 16,000 votes. David Keter came in at number 2 with 13,707 votes, a margin of 2,391. So you can see already he was a force in 2017. In 2022, Ngeno was number 1 with 19,958. You can see Ngeno was able to garner more votes this time round, probably because of the excitement of the Kalenjin region having a Kalenjin president, so the turnout was always going to be higher. And Keter also managed 1,000 extra votes, so he came in second at 14,596, a margin of 5,000 votes. So let nobody lie to UDA that their party won. No, the people simply voted for someone who's built his brand over the years. But for Victor Rotich, as a first timer, for him to go out and garner 47% of the vote, that tells you that DCP has weight. That no matter which person DCP picked, it was always going to be 47%. Could UDA truly have picked a nobody, a first timer, and delivered the victory? I don't think so. Now on the side of anomalies, here's what we've seen. Number one, Ithekon continued with his usual threats via IEBC. In fact, here's a statement they put out just before people went out to vote, and I quote, "Public notice, do not take photos or record videos in the polling booth. The secrecy and sanctity of the vote must be preserved at all times. Photography and video recording is strictly prohibited in the polling booth. Doing so constitutes an election offense under section yada yada." It's total BS. There's another section they're quoting here of the Election Offences Act, which states that a person attending any proceedings related to an election who, without lawful excuse, captures an image or any marked ballot for purposes of financial gain or for showing allegiance commits an offense. I think it's as simple as this. If you want to tell us how to behave in the polling station, we cannot take pictures, we cannot take videos, no problem, but enter your pocket and fund that election. Then you can tell us what to do. But we cannot be the ones funding that election through our taxes, and then we cannot even take a photograph. If we see you stealing, we will record you and we will take that picture. Na ukitaka utupeleke kotini. We're not going back to the pre-colonial era. Even if it is financial gain, unataka kuonesha mbunge wako ulimpigia kura na akupee kitu hapo nje. We piga picha. Sini haki yako, pesa sini yako. What has this got to do with Ithekon? And since when does IEBC draft laws? Is that not the role of parliament? Anywho, maybe I'm the one who's having a different school of thought on this matter. Let's see what Kenyans next have to say about this. And I quote, Mike Kuria said, "This is nonsense. Any Kenyan can take any photos of anything they want in the polling center, polling station, or polling booth. They can also take a photo of their vote. The restriction is on distributing the image of the ballot during the election window. And that's 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is such a basic fact that IBC shouldn't have to be reminded twice." Wanjiru said, "Mnataka kutuibia sindio? Take it from Wanjiru. We will show up with HD cameras. Get the F out." Nakaweka hii picha ya Gaucho akisema watu si wajinga bwana. Chembe Vuko said, "Are you listening to yourselves? Taking a photo of the ballot inside the booth is not an offense in itself, right? You have to prove it will be used for financial gain or to show political allegiance. That's when it becomes an offense. So ni nani mnatisha? One term ni lazima." Wizard of Oz asked, "This law is meant to serve who? Whose interest is the law serving? We need to go to the court and challenge it as it's an illegality. The law is unconstitutional, null and void." But what say you guys? Do drop me on comments in the comment section below and I'll do best to read them and to give very soon. So with that, here's today's ad of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation, or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters, or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. If you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.